You're watching Talking Points, a focus on the political scene in Lubbock and across the South Plains. Sponsored by Capital Mortgage Services.
And welcome back. Here's a look at some of the political headlines of the past week. Our bosses at Nexstar Media Group will host a town hall with Texas Governor Greg Abbott, 7 p.m. Thursday, August 15th. It'll focus on the recent legislative session and other issues impacting Texans. You can watch the town hall on our neighbors down the hall, KOBK, and also streaming online at everythinglubbock.com, and that'll include pre- and post-show specials as well. Finally, Lubbock native Judge Wes Hendricks gets to come back home and get to work. The U.S. Senate getting his confirmation done this week to be the next federal district judge for the Northern District of Texas, based here in Lubbock. Senator John Cornyn sent his congrats after the vote. And Senator Cornyn also announced this week that Lubbock's airport was getting a $8.8 million grant from the FAA's Airport Improvement Program. The money will go toward terminal repairs and updates. City Councilman Jeff Griffith says they're looking for about $40 million in all to do all the airport renovations they'd like. He says airport traffic's up 10% this year, so it's important the city looks good the moment a guest gets off the plane.
And it may be another 2 to 3 years before this gets completed. But we know it's very important to not just our citizens, our tourism, the growth of our entire metro area. We needed this airport. We're out there. We have to admit to ourselves, and an airport is so important. People flying in, flying out.
Griffith says no city tax money will be used for the renovations. It'll all come directly from airport revenue and those grants. Speaking of city tax money, the proposed city budget for the next fiscal year includes another 1-cent tax rate increase. It's for the continuing public safety improvements project. Should really be no surprise to folks who watch us every week. They've talked about this since the police department changes came about. What is a surprise that it's actually a penny less than they originally anticipated. Although all that really means is now the ad valorem tax will fall just short of what would trigger an automatic election in Texas, so the council and all of us avoid that. And at Lubbock's county budget hearings, County Judge Curtis Parrish said they're finally about to move forward on a special veterans court here for cases where something other than jail for a veteran having problems would be best. They've talked about that for a long time, and you know, state leaders are now talking about a West Texas plan that has effectively ended veteran homelessness in Abilene. KMAX West Rappaport rejoins us with more on that.
Where I'm going to eat tonight, where am I going to sleep tonight?
For more than 5 years, Marine veteran Christopher Walker did not have a place to call his own. Thanks to an effort between the city of Abilene and organizations in the region, he now has a home and the treatment he needs.
My depression, my anxiety, my PTSD that I suffer from, it's gone way down. I was unmedicated and untreated at the time.
Abilene officially became the 9th city in the nation to find permanent housing for all of its veterans. They created a system of caseworkers, data tracking of the population of veterans experiencing homelessness, and brought together housing and veteran groups.
I am so proud to stand here on this day with the achievement that not just the mayor or individual, but Team Abilene has accomplished today, and that's something all of us can be proud of.
State Senator Don Buckingham says other cities across the state and the country should look at Abilene's model.
We're all looking for a best practice that helps folks, and I think we all want to support our veterans.
The Texas Veterans Commission provides grants for housing and other general help like food, rent, utilities, counseling, and job training. Buckingham hopes tapping into some of those resources will curb homelessness in the state for those who've served our country.
You can't feed everyone and take care of everyone for every day of their life, but you can provide opportunities through education, through retraining, helping them get jobs, get them up instead of a handout.
I think I'm on the right path. It's definitely a path I want to stay on.
In Austin, Wes Rappaport, KMAC News.
All right, Wes, thank you. Always good to spend 5 good minutes with retired Air Force Colonel Dave Lewis, who's Director of Strategic Studies, the Texas Tech's Political Science Department, teaches classes all the time, and of course, a tireless worker for our veterans on about 1 million different fronts. Good to see you.
Good to see you too, Brian. Thanks for inviting me out.
Where are we now on eradicating veterans homelessness here, not just in Abilene and other places?
So significant inroads to eradicating veterans homelessness right here in Lubbock, and especially up in Amarillo, believe it or not. We took the same program. Recognized we had some excess resources, and VetStar expanded into Amarillo, and doing a great job of being able to find and accommodate and find housing for, and then treat all the associated things that come along with that, using a housing first model. But it's not housing only, and so be able to take care of all the underlying causes and that sort of thing. So extraordinarily successful.
And there's been a long-term effort here in Lubbock for that for quite some time, I guess.
Absolutely. Our first grant was several years ago, and the VA contracts these grants out to supportive services for veterans and families. It's been overwhelmingly successful here. It's administered through VetStar, which is the division of Star Care, our local mental health authority, and it has been really overwhelming. It's been great, outstanding workers in there doing that job every day and making that connection with our veterans. So we've housed literally hundreds. We wrote the original grant for 28 to 30 because that's what our point in time count thought we would find. We have literally housed hundreds of veterans in a variety of different circumstances, or prevented them from being evicted is the other case. So that's all good.
These things happen, they get themselves in a little bit of trouble, and that's how, and we mentioned this earlier, how the Veterans Specialty Court really got to be talked about initially. And we're making real progress, as we mentioned earlier, on getting that here in Lubbock.
We're really excited. We have some great movement within the county to be able to hopefully meet all the parameters to establish a Veterans Treatment Court as one of our specialty courts here in Lubbock County. That's really important because that brings a whole new set of capabilities to be able to take care of our veteran population. Typically, the ones that are appropriate for this court, and that's not everybody, by the way, it's not a get-out-of-jail-free card.
No.
The ones that are appropriate for this kind of court will receive the mentoring and the treatment that they need to become successful, to become producers in our community rather than consumers. If you look at Vietnam, 10 times the number of people that died in Vietnam wound up in our prison system. Over 600,000 of our veterans wound up in our prison system, and they tended to go back and forth, and a recidivism problem, and so now we know how to take care of those issues.
I hear about 2 arrests of veterans in Lubbock every day.
So originally we thought it was about 1. We started doing the math, and it showed to be about 60. VetStar has worked very hard to be able to winnow that down somewhat. We're probably down in the 40 a month or so, but still a lot of work to do. What this court will do is allow us to have a judge in a non-adversarial court to be able to focus on all the issues and the treatment that's appropriate, but also have the ability to sanction somebody if they're not taking it seriously.
Yeah.
You know, they're still seeking bottom, we say. If they're not taking it seriously, we've got a judge that says, okay, here's, by the law, here's what I can do and here's what I will do, and that's called sanctioning, and that's very important.
And there are models to work from because this is really nothing new.
This is not 2008. Judge Robert Russell in Buffalo, New York established a veterans court. He was not a veteran. He wasn't quite sure what he was going to do, but he saw a lot of people passing through his courtroom. Judge Mark Carter established one here in Texas, down in Harris County. I spent extensive time with him and his court mentor, First Sergeant Arthur Davis, learning about how to do these kinds of things. We are ready, willing, and able to go after that now in our county. We have the population. That's one of the myths we hear all the time. Oh, great idea. We just don't have the population. We've got 4 years worth of data that show we have the population to make this happen.
The final thing here in the final seconds, people are going to wonder about cost for all this. It doesn't seem like it would be something that would cost a lot.
It's not free, but guess what? We're already paying for this. And if we don't get the recidivism issue under control, we're going to pay for it over and over and over again. But lots of grants, Bureau of Justice assistance out there, Texas Veterans Commission, lots of grants. The governor's office is very interested in making specialty courts happen because they work. We're excited about it.
Good deal. I know you'll be a forefront in making this happen here, and it's good to see over the next few months how this is going to work and work for so many people. Retired Air Force Colonel Dave Lewis, good to see you again, my friend.
Good to see you too, Brian.